I was lurking around the internet and I saw a common question. Why would you get Emira when you can get Corvette C8? So I started to snoop around the internet and reading articles and consume medias. I decided to reach my own conclusion to this question, and my final opinion is... Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now at this point, if you wanna click away from this video, no hard feelings. A lot of people do actually, but if you decide to stick around, you might get intrigued. Firstly, we don't have the Corvette C8 in Australia, and Lotus Emira is not gonna be delivered till next year. So we don't have access to none of this vehicle. If you ask me, that is a perfect situation for an unbiased opinion, based on the articles of course. We will be looking at the numbers, appearances, and the price tags. Now, Corvette pretty much beats Emira in every kind of number. Let it be dimensions or performance figures. Anyways, dimension wise, Corvette is 4.63 meter, Emira is 4.412 meter. Width wise, Corvette is 1.933 meter, Emira is 1.895 meter. Height, Corvette 1.234 meter, for Emira is 1.225 meter. Wheelbase is 2.723 meter for Corvette and 2.575 for Emira. Weight wise, here you can see that Corvette is a little bit heavier than Emira. The weight of the Corvette is 1527 kg, and Emira, based on the trim, can be either 1405 or 1260 kg. Corvette has a 6.2 liter V8, and Emira, if you choose AMG, then will have a 2 liter 4-cylinder, or else it will have V6 derived from Toyota Camry, which is 3.5 liter. Power output for Corvette will be between 490 to 95 horsepower, and for Emira, depending on the trim you choose, can be between 395 to 416 horsepower. Transmission, Corvette has a dual clutch, and Emira, if you take the AMG version, then you will have a dual clutch, and if you decide to go with the V6, then you can choose between either automatic or manual. So makes me wonder, will the extra horsepower get neutralized by additional weight and the size of the C8? And clearly the dimension numbers of C8 separates itself to a different niche than Lotus Emira. Lotus Emira is like a lightweight sports car, whereas Corvette C8 seems like on the edge of becoming a supercar. I know, C8 still don't have that wow factor of Lambos and Ferraris, but the numbers are getting up there. Current C8 already does 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds. Who is to say, with the release of C8 Z06 version, which will be unveiled later this month, the C8 Z06 won't end up into 3-second territory or less. But even without Z06, current C8 boasts some impressive stats. But I assume lugging around with all that size and weight, it probably won't be light and nimble sports car, which is Lotus's specialty. Consider Lotus like a scalpel, precise. Whereas with all its power, C8 is more like a sledgehammer. But hey, things can change dramatically with Z06. Now let's talk about appearance. Now beauty is in the eye of the beholder. For C8, some people might like it, some people might dislike it, but for me, I'm not very sold on C8 design. For some reason, from front, it kind of looks like an orca to me. Lotus, on the other hand, doesn't have supercar numbers, but definitely boasts supercar look. Interior wise, both cars did a very good job. Both cockpit look like a very nice place to be. However, I'm a bit biased towards Corvette C8 in this case. It just looks a little bit different and a tad bit snug and driver focused. Every console is pointed towards the driver and looks like a cockpit of something more than a car. But this doesn't mean Lotus Emira's interior lags behind. I mean, look at this interior. This is such a beautiful interior. To me, both of the interiors of C8 and Emira is good, but my bias is slightly weighted towards the C8 for being a bit different. Lastly, price. Now everyone knows one or two things about the price of these cars by now, but Emira price figures are not set yet. Nobody knows what it will be, but we know that Lotus Emira is targeting for Porsche Cayman, Cayman S and GTS customers. Now ballpark figure floating around the internet shows that performance numbers of Lotus Emira with the AMG engine closely matches with Cayman S. So we can assume price will follow too, which means V6 is probably gonna compete against GTS. So I won't be shocked when the price comes out for V6 and I find it near Cayman GTS figures. Now with all the reviews available on the internet, current C8 might fall behind Lotus Emira when it comes to nimbleness, but when they release Z06, things might change. But if you get both power and control, in that case, I don't think the price will stay under 100,000, because you cannot have everything in life. You gotta have some, lose some. For example, rumor is Corvette C8 will be coming to Australia from 4th quarter of 2021, but with an eye-watering price tag of almost 188,000 for 2LT and 205,000 for 3LT coupe version. As I said, you cannot have everything. Based on all these things, I have reached my opinion like Lotus Emira is the car for me. If I had to choose between these two, I will go with the Lotus Emira. With the strict traffic rules in Australia, I don't think I can have too much fun with such a powerful car like C8 Corvette. And besides, it is much fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. But all of these are based on the articles and assumptions floating around the internet. My channel is not big enough to have direct access to these cars and their information yet. So don't forget to hit the subscribe to support the channel. And just like that, we are at the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope to see you again in the next video.